Psalms 139 and 23. Search me, O Yahweh, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way of the everlasting. And lead me in the way everlasting. Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and shalom to the elect. Okay? This video I want to get into the trials of our faith, because the time we're in, we're going to be going through various trials and tribulations, as you have been ever since you come into the truth. Coming into the truth is a fiery trial, and then enduring through it is a fiery trial as well, because the word endure means to make hard. So in order for something to be made hard, to be galvanized, it needs to be put under immense pressure, okay, to really make that hardness, come into effect. So really going through trials and tribulations will build you up in the faith, and it works perfection for your faith. And I'm going to hit this scripture. It's James 1 and 2. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, okay? Various forms of temptation are going to come on your plate while you're dealing with His word, man. Various forms. It can be in the form of your woman, another man's woman, doing forms of business that are not lawful. Anything against your new standing found in this faith, or your standing that you've had within the faith, okay? You're going to be tested. And ultimately, it's going to lead to these things, all going to lead up to the time of Jacob's trouble, okay? Verse 3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, okay? So this is when you're tried, it's working your patience, right? Verse 4, but let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So you got to allow that patience to work its full perfection, that full measure, in order for that faith, to come into effect. All right. So this is 1 Peter 1 and 7. The trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire. What fire? Okay, the fire of affliction, the fire of adversity, as it tells you in Sirach, the 2nd chapter. The Lord is going to put you through a fire of adversity to trial your faith, to make it a perfect work, okay? That's what has to happen. That's how it has to be, man. In order for you to fulfill your full measure of faith, you need to be put into that furnace of affliction. And remember, John the Baptist said it in Matthew the 3rd chapter. He said, okay, I baptize with water, but the one that cometh after me, he shall be baptized with fire, and he shall fan his floor rigorously, something loosely paraphrasing. So he basically, the Lord is gonna make that fire get hotter and hotter as it goes on. As a fan, licks on the flame, it's gonna get hotter and hotter. So, but it's gonna work. What? It's gonna when you put gold or silver into fire, which we are. We're known as gold. We're known as silver. We're known as precious metals. But mainly, when you put gold in fire, what it does is it purifies it, because it burns out all the impurities, and all the pureness is only left there, so it can be 100% high quality 24 karat gold, man. And that's what we're being worked towards, so that we'll be righteous bricks within the kingdom of the Heavenly Father, within the nation of Israel, the tabernacle of David. All right. Might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So when the Lord appears, Yahweh Shai, that's when we're going to be changed in a twinkling of an eye, and we're going to be made perfect, okay? So this whole video, the reason why I'm doing it is because I actually went through as of recently went through a trial, well, going back 2 months ago, during the time of it was actually the 25th of February, going back then, and I believe it was, I can't remember, I believe it was a wolf moon or something of that nature, man. It was one of those when the first full moon of the year, basically, and it was the first full moon of our new year, basically. Okay, oh sorry, the new moon. All right, and basically what happened was down at the camp, and I wind up getting arrested because of some demon that basically came out, and he actually told me the way he came across was saying that you look like a jailbird, you look like you come out of prison, and quite ignorantly said I ain't trying to go to prison, I ain't been in prison, and I was saying it in jest at the time, but what wind up happening was the police wind up coming, and some other guy that was in around basically waved down the police and wind up getting me put in a cell for the night. Well, what I believe would be the night. So what wind up end up happening anyways? When they were meant to release me, they basically wouldn't release me. They said because I didn't give no fixed address because I right now don't have no fixed address. So what they wind up doing was they wind up making me stay over the weekend and making me go to the courtroom on the Monday of that on the following the Monday coming that week. So really, even what I come to and what brothers knew anyway, they were meant to release me, but they just held me for no reason, man. And even my solicitor, when I spoke to him, he basically said, "See those birds? They're beautiful, man." He basically said that I shouldn't have been held. It was quite harsh for them to hold me so long. But when I was released, I basically had a court-appointed solicitor. And what happened with a court-appointed solicitor? She said that she was about to leave the company, but she was saying all the right things because I've had one of them before. Like I've been put inside of jail for teaching a word before, and the guy basically. This is when I didn't know nothing about nothing. I wound up getting a caution under the same act they were trying to penalize me on. So when I was in there, this woman, I was going back and forth with her, making sure that we go about it in the right process. And she referred to me. She told me she weren't going to be working there no longer, and referred me to another solicitor. And so some time passed by. The guy was meant to get back to me. It didn't wind up happening. But what wound up happening is later on, a few weeks later, I end up calling the same company, and the guy I spoke to, this devil, man, he was a nigger as well. This devil basically said that we ain't gonna apply for what you have is legal aid, which is what pays for your solicitor. And because I'm working and the way I work and the way my income comes in, it would be difficult for me to get legal aid because there was a lot of even, me thinking the way it looked is like I wouldn't be able to get because there are certain stipulations with my bank account. But what wound up happening when I called up the guy the first time around, he basically told me that, he basically said, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get, we spoke to the judge and we're going to do Section 38. And what Section 38 is, from what I've been told and what I understand it to be from speaking to, people within a legal system, is where my solicitor or this company would basically cross-examine the witness on my behalf. For the rest of the trial, I had to write it out on my own. I had to basically fight my case on my own behalf. So when I've heard it, I'm dealing with it, but then it took me a while to really process, and I didn't really realize what was going on. So I started calling around and trying to find another solicitor, and I'm asking for advice. And the solicitor wound up, when I've asked certain people, they've told me certain things, but not the full scope. But when I wind up getting with my solicitor that I had, what he told me is that what Section 38 is when they just pay off your solicitor. They'll offer the company a big lump sum of money to basically just do that instead of go down the legal aid form route, basically. So in him doing that, it was really to inhibit me, because even the guy, the demon, fucking said to me, this demon said to me, like, it'd be a good idea if you stop preaching in a roundabout way, man. He was trying to be like, yeah, tell me everything about you. I'm from the same place you're from. But he wasn't trying to help me in no way. He was just trying to find a way in and basically overthrow me in this case, man. So I wound up getting with a solicitor I got with, and trying to think of anything else, man. But what wound up happening, sorting out the case, I applied, got legal aid. So that even shows you how credible what he said to me was. It shows you that they really were trying to, along with the court, were trying to just get me out of the way, man, and put it on my put the charges on me so that I'll be convicted. And on top of that, they knew that it would affect the whole camp, and I'll explain later on. So now we get to the trial date, and what happens is go through the trial, and basically the main point of the trial is when there's other brothers that basically helped me, came, 3 other brothers that came as witnesses, and were all, bringing forth proof, to back me up, to show that the guy who said what he was saying was lying, okay, and he was lying in a big way, because the type of things he was saying were just to deal with the Christianity doctrine. He was just coming up because he got caught up in the spirit when he was there. But what wound up happening is the woman, when she was questioning one of the brothers, the basically the prosecution, what she said is, she said that, tell the truth, you're just coming up here to defend your friend, okay, because he's your friend. Is it not right that if he was convicted, it would affect your organization? So she was getting at it from that standpoint, okay, and that was her whole angle she was coming at with. So now even all of the judges within the system, I basically got off based upon the fact that, from what they say within the court system, I basically broke a lot of laws according to them, that would have carried harsher penalties. But in this actual case, they couldn't find nothing to put it on me for me to actually be convicted, so I got off not guilty. But the point is, during the whole time, it was, I went through many, that was like a trial in itself, man, because I really thought I was going to be in, when they said, you got to go to court, and they were telling me how serious, so-called serious allegations were, I thought they were just going to throw away the key. And what I forgot to mention is, when I got arrested, what really was mad in the spirit, because I've never had this before. I've been in the back of a van on many occasions, okay, and not like that, but on a few occasions. But when I sat in the van, it was like demons started pressing down on me, man, and I couldn't breathe properly. I thought I was going to pass out in the back of the van. I didn't have no handcuffs on, and I ended up nearly passed out in the back of the van. So even when I was in the court, when I was getting interrogated in the room, the door closed by itself. It just closed by itself. There's just loads of weird, like, demonic shit happening within that whole building, okay. But then even that Monday when I went, they took me from the prison I was in, and they took me over to another, the magistrate's prison. Basically, when I was down there, they put me in what I failed to actually mention is, when they were taking me there, basically I got put in the van 5th. And when I sat in the van, when they sat me down, when I sat down in front of me, it said, it'll all be over soon. There was writing in front of me, and it said, it'll be over soon. Don't worry, it'll be over soon. And at first, I didn't really realize what it said, but then I realized, oh shit. So I was kind of like, yo, kind of lift me up in the spirit. Because the whole time I was there, I just had demons fuck with me in the cell. So then I went when I got taken to the magistrates, as I was saying, I was in a cell with someone else. But then mainly Jake working at that magistrate's court. So it's mainly like Benjamites and basically people from the West Coast, so-called Africans, like Ghanaians and Nigerians, mainly, those 3. So they see me, they put me in a cell with, I think, an Eastern European dude from the name, but I didn't see him. But when they see what I look like, they put me in another cell. They took me from the cell at the end to the very first cell at the front. And the guy I got put in there with, I didn't meet him until I was in there before him. But the guy they put me in there with was a younger West Coast Jake. He's a Nigerian Jake. Basically, his name is Ayodele. And the name Ayodele, Ayo means joy, and Deli means come home, or coming, or the name would mean joy coming home. And I never really checked it out until I was in the courtroom before they actually gave me my sentence, because it kind of hit me then. I said, yo, let me check what this name means, because I never really checked what it meant. So it was fitting as well that when I checked that they gave me the not guilty verdict, and just the timing, because even the whole being in the court system, the brothers that were there when they were in their witness room, they had demonic forces fucking with them, making them want to pass out and fall asleep. And then when I was in there, I was feeling all messed up in the spirit, because they got demonic forces and entities working within that system. the judges that sit at the head of that court, they got demons on them, big time, man. They look like big demons, man. And the prosecution are really trying to throw you under. Through the Spirit, my solicitor really delivered me, you know what I mean? But he didn't really want to do it. I could see it through the Spirit. He weren't feeling me like that, because he was just telling me certain things, and you know, I could tell through his actions and his body language he weren't really feeling me. But it was just fitting because the trial was all drawn out. The whole day was meant to be a quick trial, and I ended up getting the verdict at like 5 o'clock in the evening when I was there from 10 in the morning. So the Lord really, this whole event basically increased my faith, and it really gave me that attitude of fuck Esau, man. Fuck these devils. They can't do nothing. The Lord's words are going to stand true, and it's going to stand true forever, because this whole system is temporal, and there's going to be a famine of the word. They're going to have to put laws into place to really come against this word, because from when you stay in the scriptures and you bring it out through the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, they can't pull you on shit, man. Because even in there, we were out laying that, look, man, the head judge, I believe he was a sodomite, man. And I was just saying it like it is, man. Yeah, we read from Leviticus. We don't believe that that's a godly way. It's an ungodly lifestyle. There's diseases that come with it. And the prosecution bitch was basically trying to say, how's it ungodly? She was playing it out because she knew the guy was a flamer. And basically what wound up happening, I said, yeah, it's ungodly. I said, look at the statistics. When you check out the stats, it tells you that, you know, I said, I quoted the CDC, an article from the CDC in 2009 about HIV being 50 times higher in homosexual couples and in heterosexual, and they were getting all caught up in the spirit, but it is what it is, and they couldn't gainsay it. They were really messed up because they wanted to get me afterwards, but there was nothing within that law they could get me on. So really, when the judge passed I know I'm jumping around, it's just how my mind's going right now. I'm remembering points as I'm going through it. When the judge passed a judgment, he basically said the witness was convincing, and then he said like we had remarkably like all the witnesses and my story were remarkably the same. And I know that was a jab to say like you guys planned this out kind of thing. But he said that he basically said you're using insults and blah blah blah. Like he was trying to make, in a way, I can't remember how he worded it, but in a way he was saying it like, this ain't the last time I'm seeing you, nigga. We're gonna get you. He was letting it be known that, look, man, you're on our radar now. But he said, but in this case, you know, as we have doubt within, you know, the fact that you did this, we have to say not guilty. So I got off. But just to show you, man, this word is real, okay? And these trials of tribulation, Jacob's trouble's coming, man. And you better be fucking prepared for that, man. Because the Lord, listen, the Lord ain't playing games, man. You got to be serious about this truth. The Lord's going to test your faith. And you need to go through trials and tribulation to be built up in the faith. And this even is a blessing, really, because I asked for more faith. And the apostles always say it. And I wanted more anger towards this devil, man. And the Lord done that through a trial of 2 or so months. Because the Lord, in order for you to get faith, the Lord don't just say, here's faith, take that. That ain't gonna fucking happen, man. You gotta go through something where it encourages you to use faith. Okay? So this whole trial for me encouraged me to use faith. Because I knew from the way they were dealing with me, when they held me over the weekend, I knew there was ill intent. Because I never did nothing. They didn't even handcuff me when they took me to the police station. But the way they dealt with me, they were trying to draw it out and try and make me crumble under the pressure, because they knew I had a previous caution. So they was riding on that. But even though it was 4 years old, okay? So, yeah, man, this is real. So without further ado, I just want to get some closing scriptures. Because even the thing of going into prison, that's biblical prophecy, man. That's real, okay? And the Lord was, hey, everything, there's nothing new under the sun, man. Everything is reincarnated. It comes back through the Spirit. And these things are going to come. These things that we went through in our past life, you know, we're going to go through them again. But then the only thing is, this time around we're gonna get delivered, man. This is a time of deliverance. Our Shai is coming back, man. He deliverer, and he's coming back to deliver us from our captivity underneath this devil, the so-called white man, Esau, the Edomites. Okay, this is Luke 21:12. But before all these, they shall lay. Okay. Yeah, verse 12. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons. Is that not happening? Even the last time I got put in prison was when I was preaching out the word, was because there was a fucking bunch of nigger demons that came up, and they just said something to the police and got me basically carted away. All right, because these demonic niggas are gonna do that. But then also these straight up demons out here, these other heathen nations, man. Okay, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. So all these things we suffer for what? For Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, for his name, to establish his name within their system, to make it known. Because I know fully, man, them guys in that court system were some demons, man, some Masonic demonic demons, man. All right. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what you shall answer. Okay, so basically, the Lord saying, apply it. Don't think about what you're gonna say. The Lord, okay, and this is the reason why. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And that's what the fuck happened in that court, man. They couldn't say nothing wrong. The bitch was trying to turn everything I said on his head, but hey, the beliefs is rooted in the Bible. She was trying to say your own opinion, know what you think, and I just had to repeat, everything I think is within the Bible. These are my beliefs. So according to the Bible, it's this, that, and the other, and we use it to back up. We back up our points with research and facts, and they couldn't say nothing. That's through the Spirit. The Lord, you don't even. It's heavy because even when you go into them court systems, the solicitor, really the only one needed him to understand the parameters of the court system. He really weren't. He did his job. I'm not gonna say he didn't, but you know, like the Lord gave us this truth, man. We got the wisdom. They can't gainsay it, because even he told me afterwards, like, they could have done you on saying, you know, about how you know, saying gay is wrong because of the research. I'm like, well, it's a fact. It cut him. He just had to shut his mouth, man. I know he was messed up in the spirit being around us because of how concise we are to the point, and how they're used to just drawing things out and going according to their emotions. So the Lord gave us this word, man, and they can't fuck with us because of it, man. This is a beautiful thing, all right? So I'll read this again. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. They can't resist this word, man, because the Lord bestowed it upon us, his children, his firstborn, okay? For he loved us, man, for Yahweh Shai. So I'm going to finish on this. All right. This is Revelations. And really and true, and going to prison, man. Hey, what the fuck you gotta lose, man? It's life shit anyway, man. The Lord said it, man. He that come to me don't hate every member of his family and hate his life, man. He's not worthy of me. So really, you better fucking hate your life, man. I mean, I would, you know, fuck prison, man. I ain't trying to, you know, go there for my own accord, man. I ain't trying to be not able to open a fucking door. I'm gonna be like, when I get out, I'll be like Denzel Washington. You know, fucking, he's got game, man. When he's able to open his own door, man. Because I ain't feeling that, but, you know, fuck it, man. This is for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We're already prisoners within this world, man. Revelations 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Don't fear them, man. The Lord ain't giving us that spirit, man. He tells you that in Timothy's. And we ain't got that spirit of fear. Fuck these people. They can't do shit to us with the wisdom we have. Through the power, we got that Hebrews 4 and 12. We got that sword, man. And Ephesians 6, man, tells you about the word being our sword, man. We can cut anything they're trying to throw at us. And the shield is faith, which you have to be rooted and grounded in. Alright? Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Who's the devil? Esau, man. Because who cast us into prison? This whole system designed by the Edomites, which is known, according to the Bible, and according to this world, is known as the so-called white man. Alright? He's the one that will throw us into prison. That ye may be tried. Tried how? Trying of our faith. Right? You shall have tribulation 10 days. 10 days is dealing with perfection. 10 is completion. So it's a complete amount of time. So you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. Lord said, be faithful unto death, man. Even if you gotta die, man. And I ain't gonna front. When I got put in that van, man, I felt like I thought they were gonna fuck me up that time, man. Because the way it felt getting in that van, I felt a demonic presence, man. I felt so lightheaded, I thought I was gonna die in the back of that van, man. Some demonic, I've never felt that way in my life, man. I don't even know what happened. It had to be a demonic force, man. And from that moment on, when I went through the whole procedure, I knew that my spiritual eye I was more circumspect in a spiritual sense, because I knew that this shit ain't normal the way it's going. Okay? Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So the whole thing with this word is you gotta be faithful unto death in order for you to obtain that crown of righteousness, man. So with that, man, I pray you were edified, and built up in the faith to whoever it may concern and whoever this goes to. Shalom.